how to prevent burnout like a leader, not a manager. Well, number one is to remove the chaos. Don't just add self-care, right? If we want to fix burnout, we can't just add a pizza party or some yoga. No, we have to, remove the noise that's draining our people every day. Yeah, I remember one of my favorite team members, I could tell she was stressed out. And so we sat down and we just triaged, right? We looked at our red, yellow, green. Think about an emergency room. What is the top priority? And then everything else we can either delegate or we can just get rid of, right? And so we did that, and immediately, it only took us probably 20 minutes. And after that, you could feel this weight lifted off. I like to ask people, what are the meetings, the processes, maybe the reports that we can scrap, that we can do what's called the lifeboat test and throw it overboard and we can get rid of. Peter Drucker says, look, the job of a leader is not to put greatness into people, but it's to remove the barriers to their greatness. And we have the power to do that every day. Number two is to make rest a requirement, not a reward. Burnout thrives when rest is seen as a weakness. So as leaders, we have to not only model it, but we have to set the boundaries for others, right? I can't pour out of an empty cup, so I need to take care of myself. Think about the phone that you're holding in your hand right now. If you don't charge it regularly, what happens? It burns out, it dies out, it's gone. So tell your people, look, you don't need to earn time off, right? You need to take it. Or when modeling, you could say, look, I'm gonna unplug at X time on Friday. I encourage everybody else to do the same at a time that works for you. And then number three is to reconnect the people to the purpose. At Salesforce, they are known for constantly talking about the customer, showing the end result. Why are we doing what we're doing? Well, look at the customer testimonials, the feedback, the growth. Everything ties back to what they're doing every single day, right? Burnout isn't just about exhaustion, it's about being disconnected. Why do we see our people disengage? Quiet quitting? All of that is very real, and it's because they've lost the why. So set a one-on-one with each person and understand, reconnect their primary motivator to your mission, to your vision, to the daily tasks that they're doing, and you'll see a turnaround. Right, here's how your work made a difference last week. Take a minute to prepare something for each person and just point to how their specific work impacted the end goal. But don't be the manager who blames the employee for their burnout. No way. Be the leader who reconnects the dots and reminds them why they do what they do every single day. And look, leadership is not a title, right? It's a fire. And we have the opportunity to ignite it, not only in ourselves, but others. Now, if you like these little tips and frameworks, check out my profile and follow me.